Hello, it is Saturday, June 22nd, and it's time for another garden update. This week, I did one thing, and one thing only. No, not true. I did water, because everything has to be watered regularly. No mowing this week, no weeding this week, just planting. So I'm going to take you around and show you all the places I put seeds in, and we'll see if any of it is coming up. Last Saturday evening, I came and put bush lima beans here with the corn, the popcorn, and I'm not seeing any of them at all, which surprises me. I also scattered lettuce seeds, but that doesn't surprise me. Here I put in Detroit dark red beets, and they are sprouting up. Hooray! Hooray for beets. On the other side here, I put in some chamomile, and I believe I scattered celery. And I'm not surprised I don't see any celery. It's really late in the season for celery. Over here, I put in mung beans, or not mung beans, excuse me, adzuki beans. The mung beans are on the other side. Oh, and look, I think some of them are starting to possibly maybe come up here. This is getting watered today. Later in the week, I came over and I put in a row, not a row, I put in more peas here. The variety that I grow is called Wando. It's supposed to be heat tolerant, but they have severely disappointed me this year. The first time I grew them, they grew 4 feet tall. They were glorious. Here I put in a dry bean called Hutterite. And on the trellis here with the peas, knowing they're going to be coming out soon, I put in some watermelon seeds of a short season variety. Hopefully I can get them to actually grow up the trellis. Over here I put in some more beans. These ones were called Painted Pony, and they can be used as a green bean and a dry bean. I'm not seeing anything from them yet, but it's a little bit early. So that's what happened in this section of the garden. Oh, I forgot, amaranth. I did toss in some amaranth seed, literally just tossed. And I do have amaranth seedlings coming up here. So that's exciting. I'd love to get some amaranth. Now here in these last 2 sunken beds, I put in sweet corn. I did this on Monday, so I'm not expecting to see any coming up right now. However, I am excited to see this sprout and grow. And down here, we have the glass gem corn that I planted, doing really, really well. Except for this section, which for some reason does not have any. And I think it has to do with the animals that have been visiting my yard. I finally realized the reason that I've had so many wild visitors this year, because it's hot and it's dry and their food sources are not producing. So my place, among others, becomes the oasis in the desert. It's green, it's got water, it's got seeds, it's got seedlings, it's got, well, apparently whatever they need in order to survive. So I won't begrudge them too much taking all of my corn. And whatever else they've taken. Oh yes, my sunflowers. Tons and tons of sunflowers. Last week I planted mung beans here with the spaghetti squash. Oh, I'm in the light. I don't know which is better. And they have come up beautifully. And I did purple potted beans here in this bed because the Swiss chard that I had planted is growing, but slowly. We've got Swiss chard and we've got beets in here. Over here, this is the best looking tomato out of all those that I planted, and I had to pull one that was looking blighty. I've got some cantaloupe coming up here. I'm in the left. And somewhere along here, I'm supposed to have yellow squashes. Again, I'm in the left. Oh. I did put the fish in the pond with in the waterbed with the tadpoles, who are all currently hiding underneath all my water plants. That frog bit has spread quite a bit. So happy to see the life here. Very exciting. Last Saturday evening, we had a neighbor come over and ended up giving her a tour of our garden. And she saw the dilapidated state of the cushions that were on the bench that I put here in my willow entryway. So she went home and found some fabric and made covers for the cushions, which I thought was really sweet. She even brought a cushion from a chair that had fallen apart, and we found another chair to put it in. So now we have extra seating in the seating area. But I was so tickled. That is just the coolest thing. It was so nice because they look a lot better than they did. One other thing I did this week was to go to a friend's house and take cuttings from some of her plants. I have some forsythia here and chaste tree, elderberries, currants, and white climbing roses. And I put them in water with some hydrogen peroxide, and we'll now wait until they start putting out roots. Normally I use potassium permanganate, however, my fingers were barely working that day, so it took a great deal of effort just to get this done, and it was like, just do it and be done with it. So that's what happened. Otherwise, I might have shown you the whole process.